You know what? I was expecting not to be able to come this year because I canceled last year. So I thought that Montreal Jazz Festival would hate me. But they told me that they basically, I mean, I didn't talk to somebody directly. They talked to my manager, blah, blah, blah. But basically they were like, we'll give you 3 nights and you have to do something different each night. You know what I mean? So, and then they came up with the idea of doing a duo thing or something, you know, and then a trio thing and something with a quartet. So it made sense. So it was cool. I just like to have fun playing music because it's not work for me. It's fun. You know what I mean? And I feel that everybody else is here to have fun as well. So they don't want to come see me work. You know what I mean? They want to come see me have fun. They have fun. Everybody has fun together. And I play with musicians who are fun to play with, and we never play the same thing exactly the same twice. It's always something different, and it just keeps me on my toes as well. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know how to be serious all the time. I can't. So right now in my life, I play piano, acoustic jazz piano gigs, and I play electric gigs with, you know, Mos Def or your Q-Tip or Bilal or Maxwell or whoever. And I do my own thing as well, you know what I mean? So I wanted to put that on one CD together, you know what I mean? Because most people, when they do records, when they have an acoustic band, do acoustic band record, then their next record is electrics, they just do that. But since I do both at one time, and I'm always double booked, like even at the Grammys, I was there with Maxwell, but I was nominated for my own Grammy, you know what I mean? So I'm forever being double booked. So that was just a great concept to do for an album because it's true, and I never heard of a record called Double Book or a record that actually portrays this thing that's happening, you know what I mean? So I want to do something different as well.
I was reading Keith Jarrett on the subject. He was saying that if you go about, you know, covering a radio song, you're not breaking new ground. You're just following a trend. What's your take on that?
Well, what are you doing if you just play Stella by Starlight? You know what I mean? If anything, you're not following a trend. I think you're just playing music that people of today can identify with. Because if you're playing a standard, those were songs that people in the 50s and 60s identified with. So you're playing, you know, Have You Met Miss Jones in 2010, but nobody in 2010 in this generation can identify with Have You Met Miss Jones. So that's even a bigger disconnect. You know what I mean? So to me, when you play Radiohead music, you're doing what jazz musicians did back then. They played, you know, All the Things You Are, Stella by Starlight, Don't Get Around Much Anymore, in that era, because that was the hip thing to do at that era, and that's what spoke to their situation at the time. So right now, my situation at the time is Radiohead and hip-hop and R&B stuff. That's what it is.
It's a constant push and pull between tradition and innovation, I would say. How do you find a balance between those two?
Well, yeah, you have to. That's the thing. You know, I don't know. I can't tell anybody how to innovate. It's hard to put that in words. I think some people are just put on earth to innovate. And some people aren't. You know what I mean? Some people are put on earth just to follow the tradition. You know what I'm saying? There are followers and there are leaders, period. You know what I mean? And, you know, if that was the case of what Keith said, then he's going totally against what Miles did, what Herbie did. You know what I'm saying? So I think there are some people who are just jazz purists, and, you know, that's just what it is.